All right. Looks like we're live. Good Sunday morning, everyone. Ah, what's going on? Probably everyone in the States is at church, so they probably won't be on until later. I'm just up. I did my breakfast already, and it's a little bit cold out. It's about 25 degrees. I don't feel like going and working outside right now. Wait till a little later. It's supposed to be 50 degrees. So hopefully it'll warm up. Got to throw some brakes on my truck and hopefully finish up that saw, that pool on. Got a lot of comments on the pool on what to do with it, that wild thing. Like I said, it runs beautiful. It actually runs perfect. It's just that the guy had run it with the brake on. The drum and everything overheated. It melted a lot of the plastic on the oil pump and on the frame of the chassis of the saw, but it runs good. It doesn't leak. The oil's pumping. So I may even just go in there and scrape out a little bit more so I can get a good clutch drum. I mean, a drum to spin freely in there, because right now any drum you put in there is hitting the plastic, and I want it to be totally free, and I want the brake to work. So the brake's a little thinned out, but it seems like it's all there and it works okay. I do have part saws, I can swap it out, but at this point, if I could get away with just scraping away some of the charred plastic in there and it works fine, hey, what the heck? Save the customer some money. So who's there? I see one person on. I know Mick's probably up because I think it's in the afternoon now where Mick is over there in the UK. My buddy Nikki and all the ones over there in Europe. If you're up, I'm here. Chime in any questions you have. There was another guy last night who commented on one of my videos on governors, a guy named Fearless. If you're there, I know I'm an hour early. I told you 9 o'clock, but if you're there, chime in to the comments and we'll talk about governors and how they work and what I think may be up with your 5-horse Tecumseh. So anybody want to chat, feel free. Like I said, this person, Fearless, has a snow thrower with an Ariens, and he said it runs great at full RPM, but anything below that, it wants to go crazy and hunt and freewheel and all that. So it probably has a blown up governor assembly inside. As long as the pulleys are easy enough to take off the engine, take it apart, take the front cover off and see what's in there, because chances are the governor blew up. That happened to me on a 6-horse Briggs. 6-horse Tecumseh, where it just freewheeled on one of these walk-behind trimmers, and the flyweights just blew off of it, and the governor wasn't a million pieces. So you'd set the RPM, but just go all over the place. So governors are important. Keeps the engine revved at the right rate, keeps the revs consistent. So if you hit a load and it lowers the RPM, it brings it right back up. That's the purpose of the governor, to bring the RPMs up to a steady state when you hit a load, whether it be blades of grass or whether it be a weed whacker or whatever. That's the governor's job. Keep the RPMs the same, and we'll go from there. If Mick's on, chime in. Mick, I want to talk to you about StreamYard. I downloaded it I believe I downloaded it to my Chromebook here, but I can't find it. And honestly, I don't know enough about Chromebook to know where to look for it, because everything on a Chromebook is on the cloud. There's no disk drive in a Chromebook, so I can't just say search the hard drive and find the StreamYard. But I'd love to have the StreamYard there so I could have people join me, because that's a heck of a lot of fun with the StreamYard. So we'll see. 3 people watching. Who's there? Anybody want to chime in? Feel free. Small engine talk, or talk about whatever you want to talk about. Sunday morning, February 23rd. It's about 25, 26 degrees here in Connecticut in the U.S. Got to wait a little while to go outside and work, because it's just a little cold to be out there working right now. Hey, there's Mikey. How you doing, Mike? You're up early. You going into work, or you just hanging out? I'm trying to figure out how to do the StreamYard on my Chromebook, Mike. I'd love to be able to get you guys in here, but with the Chromebook, it's weird. I don't even know at this point. I did download it one time. Hey, Boneyard, how you doing, buddy? I did do it one time. I'll click on these 3 dots up here, see what shows up. Pop out, chat. I don't know. Sunday, no work. Well, there's always work, though, Mike. It's just whether you want to go in there and do it. It's like me. My job is open 24/7, 7 days a week. So, it's just up to me to, if I want to go in there or not. I won't get paid for it, but there's always something to do. But we call Sunday G job day, government work day. get your own stuff done. That's all. But yeah, today I think I may go there today. Once I get the laptop, be able to edit like I did yesterday with that chainsaw. I had 3 little 2-minute videos where I do have software on my phone where I can combine them, but it takes an hour to combine 3 or 4 2-minute videos. It's just stupid waste of time. So I've got to find something. Someone's telling me get at least 8 meg of RAM and a lot of get a what is it, electronic hard drive instead of the spinning one. There's all different things. I'm sure the Best Buy guys will try and upsell me whatever they can. They'll just like a car dealer. They'll ask you what you want to spend. They'll not ask you what you need. So, but they're not open, I think, till 10 o'clock. So I've got a few hours to wait until then. But Boneyard, what are you working on? Anything good? Oh man, let's see. What is this pop out chat? Just get a 3 on the laptop. Yeah, but someone said you need like 8 meg of RAM. If you don't have 8 meg, it's very slow. So I've seen them. I'm HPs and some other ones for $200-300 on sale. But the one thing I do want to get though, which raises the price a lot, is a lit keyboard. I know at night on this thing here, the keyboard's not lit, and I have a plug-in USB lamp to shine above. I'm not that great at typing, so I can't just do it blind. 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got an older phone. It's an iPhone 6, so or 6S. It's 4 or 5 years old. I haven't upgraded, so everything I have is old. Walmart laptop. Yeah, they got some good deals too. Absolutely. I'm surprised the price of TVs right now. You can get a 65-inch TV for $300. I mean, it's crazy. 32-inch TV for, the basement, $100. It's just nuts. 10 years ago, TVs were ridiculous. So it's unbelievable. But you working on anything, Boneyard? I know you got a few going on. I think Mikey's all set with the plows for now, since there's not going to be any more snow for the rest of the year. But who knows? We may have a storm. I hope we do. We've had Easter snow in the past, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. 4 people here. Who's here? Who is here? Yeah, like I said, once I get that chainsaw done, I got to throw some brake pads on my truck today. They're squealing a little bit, and they're down. The indicators are down, and something I got to do. But no, at Boneyard, I downloaded an actual video. Wait, hold on, let me get a phone. It was an application I saw for the phone for video editing. Hold on. What's it called? I think it's. Let's see. Here we go. Video Shop. That's the word. Video Shop. It's a red icon with a movie projector on it. It's called Video. I don't know if you can see it. Video Shop. It's called. It's a decent app, and it, like I said, free app. It works okay. It's just it takes a while. What you do is you upload. You click on the videos you want to upload. 3, 4, 5 of them, whatever. You hit enter, it automatically puts them together in the order that you click them. Then you can go back into different sections and delete sections if you want to do it. So just like a regular video editor, and it also has spots where you can put in different things. So, for a free app, for a phone, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. Oh, the rug. Yeah, that rug's pretty cool. I've worked on a few of those. I've worked on most of them that I've worked on had the old Briggs engines and the Briggs flatheads. And 90% of the rugs I've ever worked on had blown governors. And everybody that came over to the house, either 5, 6, or 8 horsepower, they always had blown governors. And every time they throttle up, they just, they'd either blow the engine or they're like, ooh, what's going on? So every single one of them. I don't know what it was with those, but they're pretty cool, though. Nice and low. I've seen them with the little fenders in front. You got the pan fender in the back, like a Simplicity Broadmoor. It's got that little fender pan in the back. And some of them have the crazy looking steering wheels, like a V, like an old Alice Chalmers. Pretty cool. It didn't have one. Like the kids with the mini bikes. So many kids come around, they see me working on this stuff. And nowadays, people go to Tractor Supply and buy a $300, Coleman mini bike. And everybody wants it to go faster, faster, faster. And I'm saying to myself, the things do like 30 miles an hour. How fast do you want to go? Especially on a mini bike. That's, I don't know. then you see some of these guys take them and they're doing 70, 80 miles an hour. That's just crazy. I mean, they're not designed to, those suspensions and tires aren't designed to do that. But hey, as long as you got your safety gear on, safety's number one. Keep your pads and your helmet and everything on so you don't kill yourself. But let's see. Let's see. You working on anything, Mike, or are you just hanging out today? Yeah, once I get the laptop, gets more content. My daughter has a GoPro, so I actually have a GoPro I can use. So I have the means to shoot the video. It's just I need some way to take care of it. 50. Wow, that's yeah. But Mike, on that 50 mile an hour, you take a sharp turn or something, oh man, you're going over. That's crazy. Wow. I know a few people that race the lawnmowers in that Staybill series they used to have where they race around the hay bales or whatever, but they're required to have the decks on them and they use them almost like wheelie bars. The decks keep them from tipping over. They do anyway, but the decks sort of act like wheelie bars. So there you go. Yeah, Mick, you got me up at 3 a.m. I was sitting there and I see my phone's blinking up like bright. I go, what is that? It was around 3:30 in the morning here. And I look and you had posted a response or something. So I answered you and I said, yeah, I'm going to get back to bed. That was what, 4 or 5 hours ago. But did you work last night, Mick? Do the night shift or what? Or did they give you a Sunday off? Well, Sunday be good, right? You get double time. So at least here in the States, we usually get, hourly people get double time on Sunday. But just saying, I'd love to use the StreamYard here. I actually went online a couple of chats ago and downloaded the StreamYard. I thought I downloaded it, but with this Chromebook, since it doesn't have a hard drive, I can't really look to see, or maybe it does, or it doesn't have a hard drive. It goes to the cloud, but I don't know how to get up there to see where this StreamYard video is. The only thing Google gives you on the Chromebook, you have a web app, a mail app, a document app, and the YouTube app. So let's see. Hold on. I just clicked on something. Now, the other thing they give you is this thing called Google Docs. I used to use that when I was in school. And, interesting. Use a ladder. There you go, Mick. Have to be a pretty tall one to get up to the cloud. Roadrunner, how you doing, pal? Good morning to all of you, everybody. Sunday morning, I just had my eggs and ham. I love ham and eggs. I'll have that every day. It's unbelievable. What you working on, Roadrunner? Anything? Mick, I see you posted a lot of stuff last night. Well, last night to me, morning to you. Seems like you got a lot going on. But are you doing another live today, Mick, later on? I know sometimes you do one Sunday evening. We have fun, though. We have a good time, except when Phil comes in and gives us impossible stuff to identify. And it's funny. Yesterday, the one you had, Mick, in the identify thing, steel trimmer. Well, that's good. Yeah, steel always sells. Steel's like John Deere. The people have unlimited money and they just don't care. They just want the name recognition. So, you do windshield install, Roadrunner? Huh. We have a truck at work that needs one. We were changing a windshield wiper a few weeks ago. Somebody was, and it went tink on the windshield, and it was a cold day, and a little crack. So, anywho, what else? Oh, there's Bama. Boy, we got everybody. See, too bad. Good morning, Bama. Too bad I didn't have the StreamYard running on this Chromebook. I got to get a regular laptop because with the StreamYard, we'd have some fun. We'd all get on there and break each other's stones. That would be a good time. But anyway, yeah, early morning. What's the matter? Nobody's going to church yet? I used to go early in the morning, 7 o'clock mass. I used to be home by 8, so that used to be good. But now it's crazy. Oh boy. So cold here. I was telling everybody 26 degrees. I'm supposed to get up to 51, 52, but not until mid-afternoon. So got to work on the truck a little bit today so I can pick up power equipment. So got to throw some brakes on that. Wait until it hits probably 40 before I'll go outside. It's funny, Jason Pate and myself, we do most of our work out in our driveway because our garage is so full of garbage. And my shop in the basement. I got room to do some stuff on my bench, but you really can't do big stuff. And the wife doesn't like the smell of gas in the house. Nobody does. So my garage is connected to the house, so you get the smell of gas sometimes. The only church I go to is the one you come. Yeah, I agree with you, Mick. Ironically, the one that I went to went through all that thing with the abuse of the children and all that. I was an altar boy. I did that for about 7 years when I was a kid. We all did that grew up Catholic. And it turns out the priests were not too nice fellas, and found out years later. But it's another reason I don't go is because they actually ask for money for like a relief fund. And you know what? I'm not going to pay for that. So it's too bad, But you know what? I pray every day, and I do it on my own time in my own place. That's all. Oh boy, what do we got? 50. Yeah. Where'd you say you were, Boneyard? I'm trying to remember. Are you in Long Island as well? Because they said about 51 today, 54 tomorrow, and then rain for 3 days. So, no, that'd be nice, Doug. 57. That would be really nice. Like I said, I got to throw brake pads on my truck, and I'd rather do it in the 50s than the 30s, But yeah, working outside in my driveway. I wonder how close you are to Pate, Boneyard. I think him and Henry are more toward the left side of Long Island. I think you were more toward the east side, if I'm not mistaken. But it was funny. I tell you, Boneyard, we got to get together, me, you, Jason, and Henry, and meet up for a coffee break or something, because it'd be fun to talk to them, especially Jason's wife. She is just, a ball of fire, fun to talk to, and just she likes a small engine, so it's fun, What do you mean, with all the stuff in your yard or what? Yeah, you go to Long Island and yeah, sometimes with the property values and the neighbors and the snooties and all that stuff, yeah, you do have to watch it. One of my buddies is online right now, Boneyard, you know him, Ralph, RW3 Dog. He's the Gravely guy. If anyone's into Gravely's at all, really into Gravely's, go visit Ralph's webpage. It's RW3DOG. He just commented on my pull-on video. I wish he came into the chat, because Ralph's a great guy. I see him at all the tractor shows and engine shows, and he's just a super guy. He's about 25 miles from me, and he just nice guy. Visit his channel. He's a good kid, good guy. I say kid because I'm older. It sucks once you're in your mid 50s. You feel like everybody's younger, and you call everybody young fella and kid. But anyway, it's weird. You meet people at the shows, and they're in their 20s and 30s, and you're saying to yourself, I'm old enough to be their father, and it makes you feel kind of old, but that's okay. Yeah, he does, Boneyard. He just picked up a couple, I think a Pro 20 or something. He picked up some real nice stuff, cheap too. And I love when people go online, say I'm looking for something, and then they see someone go online and got it for free. It's like, where do you get these deals? And it turns out they're 10 minutes from me. I've heard of people driving 100, 200 miles to find something 3 blocks from my house that I never knew existed. That's what kills me. One of my customers picked up a 13 horsepower Little Wonder blower, walk behind blower. It was in mint condition. Literally 1 block from my house, one street away. They were having a tag sale where they sell, in the US, we call them tag sales. You guys call them rubber sales, whatever, but we call them tag sales because everything has a tag on it with a price. And he had this Little Wonder blower, 13 horsepower, brand new. It was about $1,900, Honda engine. And he got it for $600. And I was like, $600. I mean, the thing is, beautiful blower. The housing is like 2.5 feet wide. The thing blows like you wouldn't believe. But $600, 1 block from my house. He calls me up. He goes, come up here. So I went up there and I look and I go, it's a tag sale. He goes, yeah, but look what I just bought. And I was like, for that kind of money, you could have turned it around for $1,000 all day. But Boneyard, my town is just not the same. Would it be? Oh, definitely a change. My town too. My town years and years ago was all farms, and now there's not a parcel of land available to build a house on. And in fact, down the street from me, there's a lot that literally is about 50 feet wide and about 100 feet long. And they built about a 3,500 square foot, 3-story McMansion on it. And they're asking over $750,000 for it. Ridiculous. Where I live, you have ranches, and the ranches are a third of that, not, just affordable. and somebody from New York City came up, a developer, and he put together a wicked McMansion, 3 stories, whatever, for our neighborhood, and it's right next to a stream, so you have water and stuff like that. No yard. You have your front yard is a 6-foot swath. In fact, Mick, it's like what you guys have over there. This house right now, the yard, it's 6 foot of grass on the right side of the driveway, about 25 feet long. The backyard's about 10 feet long, and then it's rock. So nothing to real. I mean, a weed whacker, and you could do your lawn. Snobby, good morning, boy. We're getting all the UK guys over here this morning. Good morning to all you guys. Actually, good afternoon, because I think it's afternoon over there. It's probably about 1:30 or so over there, 1:45. But yeah, down there, I'm sure there is. But up here, I'll be honest with you, a 1/4-acre lot where I am in Connecticut. If you could find a 1/4-acre lot, you're probably looking at $250,000 just for the lot. And that means a lot that has to have the trees removed, all the services put in, all that stuff. It's just ridiculous. Where I am, it's Fairfield County. It's an expensive area. I'm fortunate in the town I grew up in, Trumbull here. The area of Trumbull that I'm in is not that expensive. Taxes are, but the area is not too bad. Rescuing a 16 horsepower out of a dumpster. Yeah, those are fun. Was it all there, Boneyard, and all there and ready to run, or just needed a cleaning, or what? Yeah, $500,000. It's ridiculous, Boneyard. Yeah, Long Island's crazy. I mean, our next door neighbors across the street, and next to me, moved from Long Island because they had a house of similar size, and the taxes were literally, I put it this way, they would have like a 1,200 square foot home in Long Island, and they were paying $11,000 a year property tax, and no yard. It was concrete. They literally had houses 3 feet apart, and you had a concrete back and front yard. So crazy. I have a personal Facebook with my family stuff on it, with my last name and all that stuff. And that I should do one for Ken Small Engines. I don't know. A lot of people were saying to put one out there, to put pictures and things on. I should, because I have a ton of photos. I should do the Instagram. I am on Instagram, but like I said, everything is with my real name, my full name. And like I said, it's more for like the family stuff, but I should do a Ken Small Engines. I don't know if there is one, because if you do a search for Ken Small Engines, there are probably 3 or 4 of us in the United States. There's some in the Midwest and some on the lower East Coast. And I don't know if they have the rights, dibs on that name. So sometimes there's Craig. Good morning, Craigie. If I put Ken Small Engines, I'm like on my Gmail. When people want to email me on Gmail, it's Ken Small Engines, one word, but with an extra S on the end, because someone already took Ken Small Engines at Gmail. So mine is Ken Small Engines with one more S on the end at gmail.com, or Ken Small Engines, one word, at AOL. I've had that for 20 years. So either way. Yeah, brother Craig, how you doing, buddy? 26 here, Craig. What's it over there in Ohio? It's a little cold. They said we're getting about 51 today. We'll see. Thanks for the suggestions on the pool on, Craig. Craig was saying basically just clean it up and get rid of it, which I should do. I mean, I could probably go in there with a Dremel and a little carbide burr and get rid of some of the burnt plastic. The funny thing is, though, Craig, the oiler, even though the oiler's all burnt over from the video, you can see it's all melted. It works fine. It oils great. I really don't want to touch it. I do have 3 parts machines with seized engines, exact same saws. So, I mean, I could take off the 4 bolts, take the engine out, and just slap it in another frame. And that's what I was thinking about doing. I can get rid of one of the part saws and, just go from there. But what was nice about, that's the same thing here. I did win one the other day by default, because somebody, I don't know if it was Coin Hunter or one of those guys, relinquished his prize and gave it to me, but I haven't emailed Mick yet. I have to email. Well, yeah, I have to email him my address, but yeah, that'd be kind of fun to have. The contests that we do on Mick's channel are fun. I mean, I'm going to try doing that too. I've got a bunch of tools and things that relate to small engines that people probably won't figure out what they are. So it'd be fun. It was a fun game to play. I like doing it. It's just yesterday when they had the tubing bender, the spring coiled wire tubing bender, I couldn't see it on my screen. It was so small. It just looked like a piece of steel or something. I couldn't see it. So it's pretty cool though. But yeah, it's cool that Mick has the keychains and all that stuff. Yeah, I was just wondering, Hey, Willie. Good morning. I was just wondering how Mick derived. Mick, if you're still there, how did you derive your logo? The one you see on mine with the guy holding up the wrench or whatever. I just saw that on a Google search for mechanic or something. But did you pay someone to come up with that logo or what? Because I want to have business cards made and things like that, or even tchotchkes we call it, like key rings and stuff like that. But I'd hate to infringe on someone's drawing and have them sue me and say, "Oh, you're using my artwork without permission." So I'm just curious, Mick, did you have somebody design that for you, or did you grab that on a free clip art or something like that? Interesting. But yeah, like I said, Mick always has a "Can you identify this?" and he gives away a keychain or something, and we have a good time with it. And I was telling everybody today I'll probably head up to Best Buy and pick out a laptop computer so I can start doing some editing and StreamYarding and all that stuff, because the StreamYard is a heck of a good time. You can put faces with the voices and with the all the posts. And it was funny. Somebody came on there yesterday. Who the heck was it? He came on and he said, I look like what I thought I should look like. And then he looked at some of the other guys on the StreamYard and he goes, "You guys don't look like what you look like, when you do your post." So that was pretty funny. So what else is going on today? Like I said, brake job for my little S10 pickup. Hopefully we can get that pool on going. The weather should be warming up. Once it hits 40, I'll be out there. But anyone got anything? Oh, Craig, are you going to post today for the, or is that tomorrow? You said you had worked on that SH or whatever it was, the blower. I'd like to see that. That should be a good video. If anyone's not familiar with Craig Timmons, Craig is, we call him my brother because him and I are the same age. We graduated high school the same year, and we frequent a couple of chainsaw sites and just have a good time together. So good guy, good man, and visit his channel when you can. It's just as you see it, Craig Timmons. Click on his link and you'll see all the videos he's done. He's done a bunch of chainsaw redos, leaf blowers, backpacks, things like that. And just some good content, good old boy, and just down to earth. You won't get any BS from him. It'll just be just good old video. So take a look. I enjoy it. Who else we got here? Snobby Scrap Picker. Oh yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. What is it over there, Snobby? About what is it? Almost 4 or 5. Was it about 1:30? Almost 2:00, right? Your time. Can't see video editing. You're yeah, but Craig, you still have that free Filmora. I think you're using the Filmora app, because I like the way you could put in the titles and things like that, all the effects. I was thinking about trying that, but like I said, I'll go to Best Buy. They don't open till 10. I'll go there. I'll pick something out and we'll see if we can throw some stuff together. But anywho, 120. Okay, so you're 5 hours different. It's 8:20 here. Okay, well, that's not bad. Now, Snobby, I see it's a Snobby Scrap Picker, and you're talking about scrap and stuff. Is that a hobby? Is it a vocation? I mean, what is the scrap picking supplementing your income, or what is that? Because I see it's very, very popular over there in the UK, where a lot of you guys, I guess, metal demands a good price, or at least some metals do. Here in the States, metals have sort of tanked. Certain metals are good, like copper. You always get good money for copper, but aluminum isn't as good as it used to be, and steel isn't as good as it used to be. People used to walk around here with shopping carts and pick up all the cans and spare metal that they could find, but not a lot around. Viva Video. Is that a free download, Snobby, or is that a paid app? VIVA. I got to look that up. Well, like I said, if I can get this laptop, I won't have to worry about it. Scrap is way down. Yeah. Like I said, people, young kids used to collect cans and so forth, but now everybody. Timmy, good morning. How you doing, buddy? Everybody now puts their cans at the shop, the supermarket. They collect their own cans, and it used to be people would just throw them to the curb, in the recycle bin, and kids would come by and get their soda pop money and stuff like that. But now everyone, I guess, does their own recycling. Yeah. Years ago, we used to actually go around, and friends of ours who had like hot rods and stuff, they'd give us their old rims and stuff. And I tell you, years ago, you'd get like magnesium rims and stuff like that, big money. And raw, pure aluminum is good, or clean, they call it. You try and give someone something dirty, the price is cut in half. Like aluminum siding or something, if it's got the color on it, it's like cut in half the price. But yeah. What are you up to, Tim? Anything good? Anything going on with the grandkids today? I know Sunday, usually family day for everybody. I remember years ago, you'd go to church, you'd come home, 12 o'clock was dinner. You had your Sunday dinner with the family, and then you either watched football or a movie or whatever, went for a walk, something like that. Not anymore. Not in the digital age. Everything's electronics, and the kids are playing with their phones or their games or whatever. It's not the same. I miss it. I mean, I'd love to be able to, every Sunday have a nice Sunday dinner and just enjoy, but times change, people change. Timmy, Craig's got a steel blower vac that he needed to rebuild the engine for. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Craig, the bearing cage blew apart so that the bearing, it all seized up. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he'll be posting that today or tomorrow. If you look back on Craig's channel, you'll see I think there's 2 or 3 videos on that steel blower where he worked on it and is up to the point now where now I believe it's done. So giving the cans to Boy Scouts. Yeah, it's funny, Willie, you talk about old retired guy with cans. There was a guy local to us. He had a Honda 90 motorcycle, those old ones from like 1970 or late 60s. It was a gold colored, almost looked like a moped, but it was actually a Honda motorbike with the 90cc engine. And he would go around with a trash bag and a basket in front of his motorcycle, little or moped, whatever you want to call it, and would collect cans for years and years and years and years. Well, anyway, the guy passed away, okay? And when he passed away, his estate was worth over $3 million. And we thought the guy was a beggar. He was collecting cans all the time. Well, what it was, he saved up all his money, all his cans, whatever. He invested and he amassed, $3 million. So when he died, he donated it to the local library, which is across the street from his house. And it was just pretty wild. You see the guy picking up cans, and you never really think about who the guy is or what he is. And he was a millionaire. So interesting. Trash to crank. Oh, that's good. Hopefully it runs good, Craig. Like everybody says on here about 2-strokes, when you start them up, as long as the needles react. That's how I knew that Poulan was good yesterday. One tip for everybody with 2-strokes, your low needle, if when you adjust an idle on a 2-stroke, what you do first is you adjust the low speed needle to get the highest RPM at idle. Okay. Once you adjust that to get the highest RPM, then you adjust the actual idle screw that hits the butterfly, and you adjust it with a tachometer to what it's supposed to be. But if you're turning that low speed needle in or out and you can't get the engine to change, well, then you have an air leak. And that's the way it was on the other Poulan I was working on a few weeks ago, where I knew it had an air leak because it just wouldn't react to any type of adjustments on the needles. But this Poulan yesterday, I tell you, it started on the second pull. After I placed the fuel lines, I was able to take the low speed needle, get a high, then die, then high again. So, and I adjusted the high speed needle as well as the low speed, and it worked perfect. One guy, Low Kim, I think is one of the guys who comments on my videos, and he's like, scrap it, trash it, whatever. No, it runs perfect, and actually, if the customer didn't mind it, and I wouldn't sell it this way, but if the customer didn't mind the chain always spinning, it was ready to run. I believe in safety, and I like to idle them down to where the chain is stopped so that it's safe. And if you're not using it, please use the brake, keep the brake on. So that way, if you happen to step on it, I've heard of people stepping on chainsaws, hitting the throttle with their foot, the saw kicks back and hurts them. So, the chain brakes are there for a reason. And I think it's another reason that a lot of people don't want to buy the older chainsaws. I've got some beautiful Echo chainsaws, 302s and 501, things like that. Some beautiful chainsaws, but there's no brakes. They just came with that little rubber flap, the white rubber flap on top. And some of the older steels, I have an 031 AV, doesn't have a brake. It's got the rubber, protector flap or whatever it is on the top. But, safety comes first, especially nowadays with lawsuits and everything else. So you really got to go. Barnyard, have a great day. Hopefully, we'll see you post something later on. Hopefully, you'll be on. Have a great day. Good luck. Be safe, Barnyard. Be safe. All right, just like everybody, be safe when you're working on these things because you hear all the horror stories about even a lawnmower. Whenever I'm cutting my grass, I have a little John Deere STX38 I use for my lawn because it's not that big, but I make sure the kids are out of the yard. Next door, there's some small kids. I make sure because I'll be honest with you. One day, my neighbor was having his grass done with a guy with a walk behind, and the guy next to me used to like to chip golf balls, chip and putt, in his backyard. Well, this guy hit the golf ball and literally it flung it so hard into my cedar siding that the waffle pattern on the golf ball, the little dimples, was in my siding. That's how hard the blades threw. Remember, blades are running at what, 17,000 feet per minute? I mean, fast. So whenever you're cutting, make sure there's no one around you or shoot your deflector in the other direction. You never know what's going to happen. You really don't. Be safe. It's all about safety. Oh, the guy's trimming the hedge with, yeah, the guy, he's got the tractor up on a, what is it? Like a, I don't know, some kind of jack or lift or something. He's actually going along, cutting the hedges with the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's really safe. I was watching a video yesterday. I don't know if you guys there's a family called Spencer Lawn Care. It's a husband and wife team who cut lawns, and they went to a Steel Expo or something. Steel comes out now with this small electric trimmer. It's like a mini chainsaw. The blade or the chain literally sticks out about 4.5, 5 inches, and it's battery powered. And for trimming limbs, it was pretty cool. I think it retails for about 150. They had it on sale for 100, 130 at this expo, and they bought it. They tried it out. The only thing was, she was holding it against a branch. Say, here's the bar. She wasn't holding it against the end where you'd have like a spike or something. She's holding it out here. So when she cut, it would grab. And she's like, oh, I don't like the way it grabs. Well, you're supposed to use the end of the tool so it'll wedge itself again like a bucking spike. So this way it won't jam back at you. But it looked like a pretty cool tool for anything up to like 4 or 5 inches. I know Walt, A-Fleet Command, he bought one of those Oregon pole saws with the chainsaw on the end, and he uses that exclusively for trimming his pathways in upstate New York when he's going to cut wood. So they're handy to have, definitely handy to have. But trying to think what else is going on. I have to deliver that leaf blower. I remember, if you guys remember my video from a few weeks ago, I actually used a Tecumseh rubber seat for needle and seat because I didn't have one of the green Briggs seats, even though Boneyard said he had some because he's got a lot of Briggs inventory. I have tons of the Tecumseh seats because I work in a lot of Tecumseh stuff. And Mick will say, oh, Tecumseh, but whatever. I like Tecumseh. But anyway, the white rubber Tecumseh seat fit perfectly into the Briggs FlowJet carburetor. I tested it with a Mighty Vac for a couple of days. It held and worked great. So I got to deliver that. Hopefully 50-degree weather, the guy will say, yeah, I'll take it, because I'm not going to deliver a leaf blower when it's snowing out because it just sounds kind of crazy, but I'll deliver it today if it's in the 50s, 55. Oh man, I hope I don't break the screen, Mike, but I love your green screen, Mike, though. I really do. Is that a special app you bought? I do like the green screen where you could put all kinds of stuff in the background. That's really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, Tim, I know people the same way. In fact, I know people even where I work, because we do helicopters and all that stuff. So there's all kinds of manufacturing, but even with safety glasses, and we offer, 10, 12 different types of safety glasses. When you're doing certain types of work, like surface grinding or other things like that, that stuff will get up in there. And even if you're wearing your PPE, your protective devices, it'll still get up there. So, whenever I'm out there working with the power equipment, I'm always, air protection and eye protection. I even have a face shield. Oh, Pate's there. There we go. Oh, the misses. Well, see, that's all that matters, Chris. It's just, I said to your husband yesterday, he's got to realize we're not on there for him. We're on there for you. So welcome. Good morning. I hope all is well. Oh, he's working today. Hey, double time. There you go. Let him earn that money. That's all. But no, we don't need him. Nah, you're better looking anyway, so don't worry about it. And plus, you don't have to worry about a mullet from you. But I tell you, I was thinking about that the other day. They sell the baseball caps with the mullet hair in the back. I was almost tempted to drive down there and hand him one because I know he likes wearing the caps. That's funny. Pete Froud, boy, I tell you, we're getting everybody over here from across the pond. Welcome everybody from over there. But that is funny. But what are you working on today, Mrs. Pate? Anything good? Or is today just a relaxed day because it's Sunday? Now, Snobby, if I'm not mistaken, is that symbol you posted, that little symbol, is that the one that's actually a piece of what, or is that just it looks like a Hostess snowball, they used to call it. I don't know if you guys remember those as a kid, the pink and white snowballs with the chocolate cake underneath. That's what they look like. I used to love those things, the Hostess snowballs with marshmallow cap on them like a mushroom. I used to love those things. Who's leaving? Have a good day. Willie, take care, Willie. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. But I was telling everybody who just joined, I'm hopefully going out to get a laptop today so I can start doing some real video and hopefully get my subscriber count up. I know some of you guys over there in the UK joined yesterday. Thanks for that. I'm up to, I think, about 210 or something. So we got to get up there, but you definitely need you need subscribers to do that. Danger Lawn, Amarillo, Texas. I had a friend from Amarillo years ago. I actually had a buddy there. So there you go. Hopefully, which video was it, Danger? I'm hoping it was something that worked good for me as well. But I was looking the other day. I've got a few hundred videos. I didn't think I had that many. A lot of them are small, but at least, if they could help somebody out. The one that seems to have helped, the 214. Yeah. But yeah, the one that seems people tell me all the time is the newer Kohler engine that they have with the leaking fuel tank. They didn't have a recall, but all the fuel tanks leak on them. They have a filter in the bottom of the gas tank where the nipple comes out. There's actually a filter about 2 inches long that slides up into that nipple, and then you stick the fuel line on. That filter is so small, it kinks, and it doesn't allow fuel to flow out. So if you take that filter out and put in like a Briggs red disc filter, it solves it. It works great. It really works. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's it. Yep, Kohler, the K675. There you go, Danger. It wasn't the filter, because so many people have emailed me and said they wish they knew about it. They were replacing carburetors and doing all kinds of stuff because their mowers were hunting. The Kohler will just hunt up and down. You take it apart, it's perfectly clean on those XT engines, the Courage engines. And all it is that stupid fuel filter. It's ridiculous, Yeah, 2 minute. Yeah, as I said, as long as the gist of it is, here's the problem and here's how you fix it, Beautiful. That's good, Danger. I'm glad. We had 2 guys where I work had the same issue where they said it was hunting. The only reason I figured it out was I had took the carburetor apart on a Toro personal pace that had that engine, and it was hunting. So I said, okay, it's probably the pilot jet. It's always the pilot jet, just like on a Honda. So I took it apart and everything was beautiful. And I said, what the heck's going on? So I said, it's hunting, but it seems like it's running out of fuel. So I took a spray can of fuel, or a spray bottle, took off the air cleaner, and every time it would like hunt, I would spray it in and it raised it up. So I knew it was a fuel problem. You have to eliminate and diagnose what the problems are. And then I knew it was fuel. I said, well, let me see how long it takes to fill up the float bowl. So I took the fuel line off, and I noticed, what is this thing? And it was that little fuel filter in there. I go, huh. And I noticed it was actually kinked. So I said, all right, let me, I took the fuel, I put the thing back on. I took the fuel line off the carburetor and saw how long it took to fill up like a shot glass. Then I took off the fuel line. I took off that little filter, stuck it back in, and it filled it up 5 times faster. I said, aha. So like I said, I put in one of those little red Briggs disc filters in line, problem solved. No more hunting, runs great, and everybody's happy. And I think I've done that to 4 or 5 mowers so far last year when I figured that out. So, and sometimes you figure it out by mistake. Like I said, it takes fuel, spark, compression to run a mower. You got to diagnose. Too many people out there, and I'm guilty of it too, are parts changers. We think we know what it is. We just change a part, but diagnosis is the key. But you have to know how to diagnose. That's all. Great group of guys and 1 lady. We got to get more ladies out there. We we definitely have to get more ladies involved in the small engines because you're an anomaly out there, Mrs. Pate, because not many ladies like the small engines. I know my wife hates the smell. I think you do too. She tells me I smell of tractor. So, I'll be honest with you. I'm used to, I usually smell like exhaust or something because I'm always playing around with something. But the white filter is 75 micron because the white filter is made for fuel pumps. The red filter is 150 micron because it's made for gravity. So it's a little bit more. Yeah, the white one works fine too. No big deal. Yeah. And like I said, people ask me what the difference is. Yeah, 75 micron on the white, 150 micron on the red. The red is more used in like push mowers and things like that. But yeah, the white one works just fine. Took a minute to get in the action. Smell it all. That's good. That's good. Smell it all. I like that. Oh gosh. Yeah, Craig, the old Tecumseh had that rectangular screen in the bottom of all their fuel tanks. And one thing I noticed too about some of the Tecumsehs toward the end, because Tecumseh stopped making, I believe it was 2008. Toward the end, what they would do is Tecumseh would make their fuel tank when the ethanol problem occurred. They would actually have a well in the bottom of their tank. If you notice, some of the Tecumsehs and some of even push mowers will have a small well in the bottom of their gas tank, and the fuel nipple is actually a half inch above the bottom of that little well. That way the water, which is denser than fuel, can settle to the bottom, and you're only pulling out gasoline and not the water. The water stays on the bottom. I mean, it's pretty good to do that. The problem is the water's still there. There's no drain. So what I tell people a lot of times is before you even start your mower or equipment up for the first time, you drain a little bit of fuel out, because the water is denser than fuel. It will fall to the bottom. Let that drain out first, So, Mr. Tucker drinks and dinner, older gent. Oh, God. There you go. Well, hey, all it shows is that the older gentleman has good taste, right? That's all you can say. Anyway. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Just don't turn into one of those guys. Tell them not to turn into one of the guys with the ponytails with the big bald spot. We've got a bunch of those at work, and it does not look good. Does not. Oh, there's the Hostess snowball cakes in yellow. Do you remember those, Mrs. Pate? I wonder if anyone remembers those. Craigie will remember the Hostess snowballs, they called them. Chocolate cake with a marshmallow coating and coconut on top. They look just like those little, I don't know, they look like Scrubbing Bubbles or Pac-Man people or whatever that Snobby just posted. No Terrell today. Yeah, we haven't seen Terrell in a while. I haven't seen him in a while. He smashed his arm up. What did he do, Pete? What did he do? What was he doing, like a lawnmower race or something? How did he do that? Because I follow Terrell. I love Terrell. Terrell's the best. In fact, I have one picture of him without his teeth in. I guess one of his videos, it was posted on there. He messed up and forgot his teeth. So I could see what he looks like without his teeth. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, it'll be green for St. Patrick's. I think they're already in the store. They had the pink ones for Valentine's, the green ones for St. Patrick's. Usually they're white during the winter months. They have orange for Halloween. I remember that. So you're right. Yeah, they do come orange and black for Halloween. I've seen that. You're right. They do come in all different. But what I do, to be honest with you, I'm not really into the marshmallow. I pick that off and just eat the black cake with the cream. It's almost like a Hostess cupcake. But anyway, slipped on ice getting out of the car. Ooh, yeah, we had a couple guys at work do that. And one of the guys hit his shoulder on his bumper of his car. And he was out for like 6 months, I guess, rotator cuff. It just sheared his shoulder. I hope he's all right. Yeah, because his videos, I tell you, he's made quite a name for himself, Terrell, with especially his merchandising with the T-shirts and all that. Hey, I bought a few of his things, the T-shirts and things. So Terrell Apparel. I mean, I definitely encourage people to visit his channel because he's helped me out literally dozens of times on stupid stuff I would never really think about. One thing I remember with Terrell that he taught me was when I first started getting into this 2 years ago, the Briggs transaxles. I don't know if they're Peerless or whatever they are, or whatever the brands are, Dana, Peerless. The pulley on top of the transaxle on some of these JD 100 riders, the pulley itself has splines in it, and those splines in the pulley wear out. Okay. So you're driving up a hill and you think your transmission's slipping or you have a bad transmission. It's just the splines of the pulley. I saw a Taro video. I went back. A customer came to me a week or two later and, oh, my transmission's slipping. It was the pulley. So watch some of these guys. You can really get a lot of good info. You really could. Let's see. It needs to hit. Let's see. Picked up Greensmaster 1000. That's a good one. Yeah, Kawasaki FET20. Yep. The 120. Yeah, oh, Belson driven. 240 pounds. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty mower. The only thing with the Kawasaki, I love Kawasaki engines. They're the quietest engine, and I think one of the better quality engines. It's just Kawasaki. Their parts are made of gold. Every time I try to order a Kawasaki part, just a needle and seat for one of their carburetors on a push mower was $38. I mean, ridiculous. They use Mikuni carbs and very expensive parts, whereas Hondas, conversely, Hondas had lowered all their part prices probably 90% in the past 5 years since all the Chanzas have been thrown out there. I used to pay $75 for a Honda crankshaft. I can get one now for $9 direct from Honda. So, yeah, I've seen on the John Deere those 63 push mowers. I forget the exact name, but the ones that have the Kawasaki's, the carburetor, the dealer wanted $275 for carburetor, and I was like, excuse me. But the one I had was so gunked up with junk, I couldn't rebuild it. And I said to the guy, look, $275, $35, $40 for me to put it on. And he just said, scrap it. So I had it sitting around here for probably a year before I found a cheap Cowie used carb on eBay for $20. And then I put it on. So, yeah, look at Husky too. I mean, those O-rings, Craig, bolts, just any kind of part. Steel, it's funny though, at least with those guys, Steel and Husky, when they say the list price is the price, it is the price. I mean, it's not high, very, very high in a lot of stuff, but at least it is what it is. Look at the 390 short blocks they're selling now. You can get them from Bob up in New York for, what do you say, $146, I think, for a whole short block for a Husky 390, complete with crank bearings and connecting rod. I mean, that's a steal. Literally, no, it's not a steal. It's a steal with EA. Anyway, the Honda engines, dependability, just like their cars, dependability. I'll be honest. I've seen Honda engines come into me on push mowers, those Harmony push mowers and the HRMs and all those with no oil in them, literally 2 ounces of oil in them. And they run like the day they were new. The oil's been black. It's literally a 1/4 inch of oil in the crankcase. You go to drain it and you're like, where's the oil? But the thing runs perfect. You put all new oil in it and things like brand new. It's a testament to their manufacturing. And like now they're holding tolerances so tight, things fit perfect. And it just, it's quality. It's all about quality, guys, and conversely, you can look at Briggs and Kohler nowadays. Now I've been a Kohler fan since I started the K-Series Kohler. And Mick, you want help with that Kohler K-Series and that tiller you're getting from Phil, let me know, because Kohler K-Series I love. But the quality lately, going to the plastic parts and all that stuff, I don't know. I'm shying away from the USA when it comes to some of these engines. And it's sad, but, oh, there's the master. What's going on, Matt? Going over dads today, Matt, or what are we doing? Anything good? But just talking about stuff in general. About 25 degrees here, Matt. How cold is it in Farmington? Must be chilly up there. You're usually about 5-10 degrees colder than me. But if anyone's not familiar with Matthew Olson, go visit his channel. Click on his icon. If you're into Husqvarna chainsaws, he's the channel. Click over to him, like him, subscribe. He sells tools to take apart saws, both Steel, Husky, whatever brand. And just good guy, good channel, good topics. You'll enjoy it. I guarantee it. Let's see. Working on your Sunday roast. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, but you know what, Mick? What goes good with a Sunday roast? Yorkshire pudding. You got to have the Yorkshire pudding. I don't care what my mother, when she made a roast, she had to have the Yorkshire pudding. The Yorkshire pudding with the drippings, that's all I needed. I didn't even need the roast. Just give me the Yorkshire pudding. That was it. My favorite. It still is. Not good for you, but love the Yorkshire pudding, Let's see. What are you up to, Matt? Anything good? Oh, here we go. Content lately. Well, put it this way, Matt. I don't want to say anything, but the other day when you were working on chains and all we saw was your backside for about 15 minutes, we were getting a little kind of, so that's all I can say. People were commenting to me and private messaging me saying, I'm tired of seeing Matt's arse. I want to see some saws. So not to jab you, but people were commenting on the back of your sweatpants. So because you definitely have great content when you're talking saws. I mean, bolt for bolt video, you're the best. I mean, I haven't really seen many bolt for bolt videos that can compare to yours, Matt. And you took the time to really explain everything. But doing the chains and the spinning and breaking, yeah, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that'd be good. But watching your butt through sweatpants, nah, that didn't quite do it. So we're kidding, but just for the future, stick to the bolt to bolt, because that's why we love you, Matt. That's why we always frequent your channel. Just look back, Craig. It's all there. People were privately instant messaging me and saying, "Did Matt scratch his butt?" And it was just hilarious. I'm sorry. It was hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, but a little different between you and Matt Olson. So, and not for nothing, Mrs. Pate, but if you advertise you were going to put your posterior on the video, you'd have 1,000 views, just the way the YouTube community is. Anyway, but yeah, Matt, stick to the saws, not to the backside. Anyway, I'm surprised James is not, Matt. Usually James is up. Oh no, I think he's at church. James, I think, is at church right now. Our friend James, who's fighting sickness, and we send all our prayers out to him. He's probably at church. Maddie, I bet you'll get 1 million hits. Now that we've said it, you're going to get 1 million hits. Oh God, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah, like Craigie said, go to Matt's channel, especially look up his channel when it comes to his crank tools. Matty designed and manufactures a complete line of crankcase tools where you can pull apart crankcases. I mean, not crankcases, pull apart. You can install bearings into crankcases without the fear of having them break or going not square or whatever. So, visit his channel. There's a lot of good content. And anyone that has never taken apart a chainsaw and wants to see what it is, especially he's done steels and Husqvarna's, visit Matty's channel, because he does what's called bolt for bolt videos. And he's got hundreds of them. And I tell you, I learned a lot. And that's why I'm even a moderator on his channel now, because I believe in what he does. And I like the videos, good learning stuff, So yeah, Matt, you've got I don't know if it's your first lady subscriber, but Mrs. Pate over there is going to subscribe so she can take a look. And anyway, interesting. Let me see. Only 175 from 1,000. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm at about 210 right now, but you got to do more content. And I tell you, your husband the other day on Pate's I told him, I was like, calm it down. There was a subscriber that went on there, and Jason went on. He's like, oh, we got this. And I was like, oh, he was screaming. And one of the guys goes on there, and I think he typed in "my left ear hurts" because he had an earphone in. He was listening, and the video sort of shocked you. He came on, and it was like deathly loud. If we're watching a video at 11, 12 o'clock at night, and the kids are asleep or something, and all of a sudden you put on a Jason Pate video, and he's screaming, and you got your volume up a little bit. Oh, you wake the whole house up. That's funny. Oh man. That was do some machining. All right, Maddie, have a good day. Have fun down at Dad's. But yeah, Matt's father lives close to me, next town over. So small world. He lives up in Farmington, but he grew up probably 6 miles from me. So definitely a small world. But all right, I think I'm going to hit it, guys. It's what time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. I've been on for about an hour. Actually, you know what? I'll wait a few more minutes. I told there was someone last night who commented on one of my videos, and I told him to come on this morning at 9. Let me see who that is, because he needed help with a governor on Mick's favorite engine, Tecumseh. So I want to see what he did on there. Let's see. Fearless. His name is Fearless. That's what his he's got some videos too. I don't know if you guys want to check it out. He's got a channel called Fearless, one word, and he's got videos on snow blowers and tractors. So obviously he's a small engine guy too. So check him out. His name is Fearless, one word, Fearless. So hopefully at 9 o'clock he chimes in and we can help him out. So anywho, oh man. Maddie, if you want to meet later on up at that gas station on your way home, let me know. I'll give you the wire for that tachometer. I still have all that stuff, so I can meet you at that gas station. Let me know. I'm pretty, open all day. How long has she been on? Pates? They've been on for a while, maybe, I don't know, a year or two, something like that. But what's good is they're close to Henry at Mowers and Blowers, and Henry, he's the funniest guy. He's a retired early 50s. I think he's 51, early 50s. He retired from, I believe, the airline industry. I think he was a steward on an airline. And I watched one of his videos, and he, I guess, invested in Facebook when it first came out and made a good amount of money. So he was able to retire early with his investments, and hey, good for him. And he puts out some hilarious videos and some good stuff, some stuff that's kind of corny, but he's sort of like, let me call him the Asian Terrell. How's that? You got Terrell is the U.S. Small engine guy, and Henry's the Asian Terrell. I'll give him that, because that's what he reminds me of, a Terrell, if a Terrell ever came from Asia. So interesting. Surprise. The guest appearance. It's got to be Henry. I mean, who else can it be in Long Island but Henry? He's, like I said, he's the Asian Terrell, Oh, boy. Living with it in a mullet. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. I told you before, can of Nair. At night, you just, rub his neck, and he thinks he's getting a massage, and the Nair will do its job, and no more mullet. That's it. That's funny, Tim. I like that one. That is good. But yeah, I couldn't believe the number of people who actually texted me privately and said, "Did you check out Matt's butt?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." So that's funny. That is funny. Oh boy. All right, I'm hoping this guy Fearless shows up. He has a what does he have? I think it's an Aaron's 5-horse snow thrower, where it's going crazy with the governor if it's anywhere but full throttle, which sort of doesn't make sense. But he says at full throttle it stays there, but anything lower it just goes all over the place and hunts. So he probably blew up the governor gear. The flyweights probably came off. No big deal. The thing is, if you look at my video I did last week or a couple weeks ago on that Aaron's thrower where I redid the governor, if you have the dual shaft pulleys and they're very, very close to the block, it's tough to get them off. My customer was able to make a 2-piece clamshell puller to pull off the pulleys. But when you're a small engine person, time is money. And if you're working on an engine and it's going to take building a tool or this or that, be honest with the customer and say, look, I can't get these pulleys off. I could make a tool to do it, and I honestly can. I have the tools. I could do that. But for what it would cost, he ended up going to some of his friends who had a machine shop. They did something for him, and they got the pulleys off. So it was no sweat off of me, and I was glad to put it back together and fix it for him. So it worked out, Oh, small engine channels. Oh, my God. Anybody on here? Look at the people on here, guys. Danger, if you look at Mick's mower, Mick is, even though it's in UK, he talks a lot about that. Terrell Fixes All. Terrell is really good. Boneyard that's on here. There's so many different people. Craig Timmons, another guy on here. But it depends, though, what exactly you're looking for, Danger. If you're looking for mower videos, like fixing push mowers, that's one thing. If you're looking for tractors where they're fixing engines, hydrostatic transmissions, rear ends, stuff like that, that's another. You're better off searching for the brands or models that you're looking to fix and then see what channels are associated with them. I found that if I get a piece of equipment that I've never worked on before, I'll just do a quick YouTube search and see if there's anything out there. And chances are 99% of the time there is. The only thing I could say that got me one time was I was working on a John Deere D104, which has the plastic general transmissions transmission in it, which is all plastic outside, a little bit of plastic inside. Nobody had a repair for it. So I did a repair video on it. I actually fixed it, did a repair. About a month later, 2 months later, Terrell actually came out with a repair for that transmission, but no one at the time had a repair, so I had to figure it out. It's nice to use YouTube. YouTube is like having a Haynes manual or Chilton manual right there, because you just type it in and you get video showing you everything. So, hey, Jacko's back. Good morning. Where have you been, buddy? Hopefully all is well. Haven't seen you in a while. Most people in the UK will know Jacko, and those in the States that don't, visit his channel. Great channel. Another good one, Danger for small engine. Visit Jacko. Jacko's got a great station for small engines. A lot of stuff. Yeah, it's been a while for Jacko. It's been at least a few months, right? I haven't seen you in a while. Used to see him come on every day with videos. And I tell you, I love Jacko's symbol, his icon. He's got a really cool icon. It looks like it was professionally done. I'd like to get something like that. But it seems like the UK crowd, when it comes to small engines, are really, really passionate about it. We have some great conversations, and we have a good time. But let's see. But yeah, Danger, like I said, if there's something you're working on, just do a quick search for that on YouTube, and whoever the person of that channel is, click on the channel, look at some of his or her videos, and see what you think. And if it looks like there's a lot of content you might be interested in, subscribe. I'll be honest, I've subscribed to, 2,000 different channels, but I only hit the bell on certain ones that I want to know when they posted something or when they come on, like, my buddies, Matt, Craig, Pates, all those, the people that I see and discuss things with all the time, I'll put them on the bell. So whenever something clicks for them and it comes up, I know I got something to look at. So that's what's nice about having that bell on there. If you want to be reminded of someone posting or going live, just click on that bell. That'll give you the reminder. Henry got on too. Yeah, I tell you, how do I sound? I mean, does the volume sound normal? I mean, I'm basically just sitting here in my bedroom. I'm not really screaming or anything, but sometimes when you're outside, you don't think that, you're yelling, but sometimes, you are. So, but let's see. He drives on brick roads. Oh, gosh. Yeah, but lucky if you bell all of them, your phone will never stop dinging. Let's see. When's the giveaway, Mrs. Pate? I know you guys are having your giveaway. Is it March? I think you're having some kind of giveaway. I really got to get down there. Like I said, for me, I think you guys are about 45 minutes from me. I'm right next to Bridgeport, so we're literally, I think we're 48 miles from you or something like that, 50 miles. We're not that far. I just have to head over the Whitestone Bridge, and then I'll be in Long Island. So got to do coffee one day. Let's see. Yeah, but you know what? I said it the other day about Jason. It's his passion. I mean, when people are passionate about something, they just, go crazy with it. And it's good to see. I mean, who knows where we're going to be in 10, 15 years with the emissions rules and all that stuff. Who knows what small engines are be out there aside from battery powered stuff. So hopefully we can, keep the stuff alive, So still waiting for this guy Fearless. I hope he shows up. I want to talk to him about his governor assembly. So, yeah, Jacko, we did miss you, buddy. I like your videos. You got some good content on there. And then two, danger, you're talking about videos. Go to these people's channels, hit video, go back. Some of these people have been there 6, 7, 10 years. So there's tons of video. There is tons of video. And like I said, the best way I do it, I type in the brand and model of what I want to look about and see what's there. You'd be surprised on how many videos are there. Last night, when I finished up that wild thing, I just went online for the heck of it and typed in Poulon Wild Thing. There's like 400 videos regarding Poulon Wild Thing. And one of them, one good channel, I could tell you right now, Mower Medic 1. It's called The Mower Medic 1. He's Jeremy, what's his last name? Jeremy something. I forget his last name. His name's Jeremy, and he's called The Mower Medic 1. He's got a great channel. He's been on for years. He's got great content. Look him up. He's got a lot of tips and tricks. I recommend him, The Mower Medic 1. Jeremy. I'm trying to think of what his last name is. Anyway, you only got one. Why'd you delete him, Jacko? Because of that YouTube thing with the police or whatever? Jeremy Fountain. That's it. Thank you, Pete. Jeremy Fountain. That's his name. Mower Medic 1, or The Mower Medic 1. Great channel, great content. Been doing it for years. And he works on just about anything. He's got some real good content. The Mower Medic 1. Definitely recommend him. So Zippo. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Zippo Varga. How can you go wrong? Zippo Varga, Varga. If you go to his channel, if you're into Briggs and Simplicity, Alice Chalmers, Zippo Varga. He's the master when it comes to Briggs, especially older Briggs and Simplicity, Alice Chalmers tractors. Thank you, Bama. He definitely is someone to watch for. Let's see. Oh, how could I forget? The originator of the small engine channel, Donny Boy 73, right? Everybody knows Donny Boy up in Canada. Oh, and Bruce Pender. Our good friend Bruce Pender. How can I forget that? He's in Mexico on vacation right now. But yeah, two great channels, Danger. Donny Boy, DONYBOY 73. Donny Boy 73. He's been on it forever. And Bruce Pender. It's just as it sounds. Bruce, Pender. Bruce Pender. Good old man, boy, whatever. Up there in years, but hell of a lot of knowledge and just a heck of a nice guy. Bruce Pender, Donny Boy. Visit their channels. Great channels. What are you giving away anyway? I see it on there, but I don't know what you're giving away. Oh, Steve, another one. Steve Small Engine Saloon. If you're into small engines and beer, Steve Small Engine Saloon, another guy from Canada. Phenomenal website and channel. All four words, Steve's Small Engine Saloon. Visit him. He's always got great content. Another one. Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's so many good ones. There really is. And like I said, you do a search on just whatever, and just so much good content out there. It really is. In fact, Steve did a good one a few weeks or months ago on ultrasonic degreasing and cleaning, where he suggested using the peanut butter containers or little jars in your ultrasonic so that you could keep just distilled water in your ultrasonic tank so it stays clean. And then your parts are inside with solvent in a separate container. The only problem is you have to have a fairly decent size ultrasonic cleaner to fit the other container. I've got a 9-liter one, which is about 3.5 gallon, I think it is. So it's a pretty good sized tank. But if you have a smaller ultrasonic cleaner, like for jewelry and stuff that only fits a carburetor, well, then you're not using as much solvent. You have a big one like I have, or Donny Boy or Bruce or whatever, it's expensive to put solvent in 3-4 gallon tank, So yeah, definitely. Absolutely. What do you mean premium, Danger Town? You're paying for it? Because I have the free YouTube. I don't pay for anything. What do you get with premium? Milwaukee Vice Grips, Snap-on cutters, Lucas Oil. Do you get Lucas Oil like Henry does? Because I know Henry gets sponsored by Lucas Oil. Like I said, Henry is a marketing guy. He's into branding. He's managed to get sponsorship. So God bless the guy. He does well. He really does. I give him credit for that. He's a really good branding guy. When I went for my MBA a number of years ago and I took a marketing course and they talked about branding, Henry is the epitome of branding. I mean, he definitely has a good brand. So you're not sponsored. Okay. You get additional content. Oh, ad removal. Okay. I got you. Yeah, it's just like when I listen to Pandora. You could pay extra for no ads, but it's not that often. I don't care. But like you said, yeah, if you're watching YouTube all day, the beginning of every video, if it shows up with a 2-minute ad, it could get kind of bothersome, I guess. I agree. Definitely agree. I don't know, guys. It's 10 after 9, and my buddy there, Fearless, hasn't shown up yet. I'd love to talk to him. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to hit it. It's 9 o'clock. It's probably 30. Let me see what the temperature is outside. Let's see how warm it is. Maybe we can go outside and work. Weather. Let's see. What's it saying? 39 degrees. All right. That's warm. I think I'm going to go out there and put the brakes on the truck. BS Small Engines, another good site. Absolutely. Donald Dooley, good morning. A ton of good sites out there to visit. Just do a search, danger, for whatever you're looking for, and you'll find it. All right. What's going on, Donald? Anything going on? I was getting ready to chime off, but if you have something to talk about, I'll be glad to talk for a couple minutes. Scott Keller. Enjoyed seeing you in the chat, Scott. Oh, that's the one. I think someone mentioned, was it you, Scott? Who was mentioned that the voice didn't match the face or something? Someone was talking about that yesterday, But interesting. Like I said, I got to go to Best Buy. They open at 10. Grab a laptop, come back, upload StreamYard, upload videos, and, but it's not too bad. It's 39 degrees here, so that's not bad. I could deal with that. 20 is a little cold, but 39, 40, I could deal with that. Doing a brake job in 40-degree weather, that's not too bad. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hit it. Thank you all for coming by. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever you got to do. Get me up to 1,000 subs. When I hit 1,000 subs, I'm giving away a $100 tachometer, a DTI 20K tachometer. It's a great tach. I use it all the time. I gave one to Matty Olson for helping me out. It's a fantastic tach that goes up to 20,000 RPM. It's got a recall function on it. It's phenomenal. It's a $100 tach. I bought an extra one. I want to give to one of my subscribers, but I got to get up to 1,000 subs. So tell your friends, tell everybody you know, jack me up to 1,000, and I'll give that thing away. I'll put all the names in the hat, and bam, somebody gets it. So that's it for me, guys. Jacko, hopefully we'll see you soon. Danger, Mrs. Pate, everybody, bam, all the guys. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. We love you all to death. So take care, people. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.